Imagine a land carved by giants, painted in sunset hues, and steeped in secrets older than history itself. This isn't a fantasy novel, it's Arizona. But what if I told you the Grand Canyon is just the beginning of its story? What if the real treasures are the tales of lost gold, ancient peoples, and gunslinging legends hidden in plain sight? Forget everything you think you know about the desert. We're about to uncover the real, wild, and often unbelievable story of Arizona. Long before the first cowboys rode across the horizon, this land was home to sophisticated civilizations. We're talking about the ancestral Pueblos, the Hohokam, and the Magallon. These weren't just simple tribes. They were master architects, astronomers, and engineers. Picture this. Over 1,000 years ago, the Hohokam people built a massive network of canals, some stretching for miles, to bring water from the salt and Gila rivers to their crops in the middle of the desert. This system was so advanced that parts of it are still integrated into modern Phoenix-esque canal system today. They created a thriving agricultural society in a place most would deem impossible. They built sprawling villages, like the one we can still see at Casa Grande Ruins National Monument. This great house is a 4-story marvel of packed earth, a skyscraper of its time. Its purpose still debated by archaeologists. Were these observatories, palaces, ceremonial centers? The silent walls hold their secrets close. These ancient peoples didn't just disappear. They migrated, evolved, and their descendants are still here today, carrying on their traditions. The Hopi, the Zuni, the Tohono O'odham, and many other tribes are the living legacy of this ancient ingenuity. Their culture is a direct link to Arizona's deepest roots. Now, let's fast forward to the 16th century. A new chapter begins, written in Spanish. Rumors of the 7 cities of Sevilla, legendary cities made of pure gold, reached the ears of Spanish conquistadors in Mexico. In 1539, a Franciscan friar named Marcos de Niza led an expedition north, returning with tales of seeing a golden city from a distance. Driven by this golden fever, Francisco Vázquez de Coronado launched a massive expedition a year later. He and his men marched across what is now Arizona, enduring incredible hardships. They didn't find cities of gold. Instead, they found the adobe pueblos of the Zuni people, which, shimmering in the desert sun, might have looked like gold from afar. While Coronado's quest for riches was a bust, his expedition had a profound impact. They were the first Europeans to witness the Grand Canyon, with one of his captains, Garcia Lopez de Cardenas, describing it as a chasm so vast it seemed to swallow the sky. They introduced horses and cattle to the region, forever changing the lives of the native peoples. The Spanish presence grew slowly, marked by the establishment of missions and presidios, or forts, like the one at Tubac. Father Eusebio Cano, a Jesuit missionary, traveled tirelessly, founding over 20 missions in the region, including the stunning mission San Xavier del Bac near Tucson, still known as the White Dove of the Desert. This era was a complex mix of cultural exchange, conflict, and the forging of a new identity in the crucible of the desert. After centuries under Spanish and then Mexican rule, the winds of change blew from the east. Following the Mexican-American War, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, in 1848, ceded most of what is now Arizona to the United States. A few years later, the Gadsden Purchase finalized the state's southern border, acquired specifically to build a transcontinental railroad. But this new American territory was the definition of wild. It was a rugged, untamed frontier. The discovery of gold and silver near places like Wickenburg and Tombstone triggered a massive rush. Prospectors, pioneers, merchants, and outlaws poured in, all seeking fortune and a new life. This is the era that cemented Arizona's image in popular culture. Towns like Tombstone became synonymous with the Wild West. Imagine the dusty streets, the swinging saloon doors, the clinking of spurs. This was the world of Wyatt Earp, his brothers, and Doc Holliday. The legendary gunfight at the OK Corral in 1881 wasn't just a shootout. It was the violent clash of lowmen, cowboys, and competing political factions, a microcosm of the struggle to bring order to a lawless land. Life was hard and survival was a daily struggle against the harsh environment and, often, each other. This period also saw intense and tragic conflicts between the U.S. government and native tribes, most notably the Apache, led by brilliant and resilient leaders like Cochise and Geronimo. Their resistance was a desperate fight to protect their ancestral lands and way of life against overwhelming forces. As the 20th century dawned, Arizona began to shed its wild frontier image and step into the modern age. The key: water. The National Reclamation Act of 1902 paved the way for massive irrigation projects. The first of these, the Theodore Roosevelt Dam, completed in 1911, was a monumental feat of engineering. It tamed the unpredictable Salt River, transforming the valley into a green agricultural oasis and securing the future of the growing city of Phoenix. This newfound stability and opportunity led to a pivotal moment. After years of petition, Arizona was finally admitted to the Union as the 48th state on February 14, 1912. It was no longer a territory. It was a state with a voice. The decades that followed brought incredible transformation. The two world wars brought military bases and industries to the state. The advent of air conditioning in the 1950s made year-round living in the desert comfortable, triggering an explosive population boom that continues to this day. People flocked to Arizona for its wide-open spaces, economic opportunities, and, of course, its abundant sunshine. Cities like Phoenix and Tucson swelled into major metropolitan areas. What was once a remote outpost was rapidly becoming a center for technology, aerospace, and tourism. So, where does that leave Arizona today? It's a state of fascinating contrasts. It is a place where you can see ancient cliff dwellings in the morning and a state-of-the-art observatory scanning the cosmos at night. It's where the rich traditions of over 20 federally recognized Native American tribes coexist with bustling, futuristic cities. Its economy, once defined by the 5 C's: copper, cattle, cotton, citrus, and climate has diversified into a high-tech powerhouse. But the spirit of the frontier, that sense of resilience, independence, and boundless possibility, is still woven into the fabric of the state. From the breathtaking depths of the Grand Canyon to the vibrant streets of its cities, Arizona's story is still being written. It's a story of survival, innovation, and the enduring power of the human spirit in one of the world's most dramatic landscapes. The next time you see a picture of a saguaro cactus silhouetted against a fiery sunset, remember the incredible journey this land has taken. It's a history as vast and as colorful as the canyon itself. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Arizona's incredible past. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the histories that shaped our world. Let me know in the comments which part of Arizona's story surprised you the most. Until next time, stay curious.